And the results are showing here. He continues to make that 9 ball on the side.
He certainly has. I think he's about 65, 70% effective on parking the second ball on the side. It's the 9 this time. Here goes the 9 once again. It's in the side, but you know what? The last 3 times he's broken the balls, the cue ball has gone forward. Okay, and for whatever reason, whether it gotten kissed, but that time it didn't get kissed. It went forward, so he's losing. He's losing his ability to run racks because of the cue ball.
If I see this correctly, I push for a kick on the 1. I just push the cue ball up about the 3rd diamond over there by where he's standing and hope the guy tells me to shoot, and then I take a kick shot at it.
That's a very noteworthy point there. When you're playing upper echelon players, particularly upper echelon players, sometimes you really can't push out because you're gonna walk back to the table with a problem. So therefore, maybe if you push out for a kick and you have the kick pass back to you, if you hit it well, then the incoming player has the problem.
Well, most players won't give that back to you. They'll take it themselves
Yeah.
because they know the shot is.
But
really
you know what?
good.
But it's okay because they have to execute something a little more difficult.
All right, we should alert Mark. He's got to be extra excited. It's the second push. All right. Now, Nick, you couldn't put a gun on him and have him pass this, right?
Well, you almost have to pass this because look at the position. You can only hit one side of the 1 ball.
And I don't like shooting a shot I can lose with it, and I can't win with
exactly. And I think Shane Van Boening showed very little good judgment. And there wasn't any indecision out there, which is an indication that it was a poor push.
Right.
And I liked your idea of pushing to kick. And I think Corey has pushed himself into a corner here.
Well, again, I don't like to leave them at the same end.
Well, that's why the push was bad, because you really couldn't do much with the push, okay? And certainly you were going to get a push pass back to you.
Well, here, he's going to thin this 1 ball and try to go 2 rails, put the cue ball behind the 10.
That's right.
And he's going to play the 1 ball on this end rail.
Exactly. So therefore, worst case scenario, he leaves a lot of distance with no shot. Best case scenario, he leaves a lot of distance in a hook. So therefore, the push was no bad because of exactly what we're going to see right here. See, this is the best thing that could happen to Corey. Now look over where he is. You see? Once again.
Right.
So therefore, point well taken about pushing the kick. And, you're a very experienced player. You've been in this position so many times, and you realize that, hey, I don't have any equity if I push it to a position where they can do this to me.
The kick shot laid where I think I could get it safe 75% of the time.
Yeah, and it really helps when you practice your kick shots and develop the skills to
Sure.
kick.
And he might bank the 1 by the 3. That he might as well go ahead and shoot. He's in a bad spot anyway. Oh, he decided to thin it. I don't know if he can make this.
It's very close. He's going to probably have to call someone over to call this hit, because that's how close it is, and he really needs to do that. If Shane is going to the pocket, he better call somebody over.
He is going to have somebody watch it.
Because this is going to be very, very questionable.
It's not going to be me, because I'm not going to make a call that could cause me to get an enemy unless I'm getting paid pretty good money for it.
Depending where the cue ball goes will determine if it's a good hit or not from this position.
The cue ball goes to his left if it's.
Well, that was obvious. That was obvious.
That was obvious a good hit.
Yeah.
That was pretty easy to call.
So now the momentum has stopped because frankly he used poor judgment in his initial push, and that's why he's sitting in the chair watching Shane at the table now. But you really can't fault him for that, because he's been playing really well. It's just he's human.
That's just his style of game.
Yeah.
Too. Well, he's got a pretty good angle on this ball. Not perfect, but all right. Now straight in on the 8 would be highly satisfactory.
I guess that'd be fine with me. I like that.
All right, 28-22. Advantage.
I think they're going to take a break now. I was told that when they reach 50, they're going to take a break. And you know what? I'm ready for a break. How about you?
They played some safeties in them first games, and they were a little longer on time than we anticipated. So they're going to fire off.
Well, yeah, we need to play at least till 2 o'clock. I want to take a minute and mention my friend Mark Griffin, his tournaments at the Clarion Hotel in Louisville in November. He's got great stuff, 5 days of amateur tournaments, and he's got player-friendly entry fees, $200 each, U.S. Open 1 pocket, bank pool, straight pool, and 10 ball. Those are all U.S. Open titles and a very prestigious affair. You can go to playbca.com and get further information. I highly recommend you patronize Mark and his events.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, they're absolute godsends for the sport. We love them. They do their thing. They get everybody they can, and through the courtesy of them, and they provided Grady and Billy. Got them here, and we can't thank them enough.
But yeah, I thanked him for that too. Now I tell you what I like here. I like playing the 3 up the long rail and trying to get straight in on it so that I can just follow up for position on the 4. Yeah, so that would be my goal. In other words, I don't want to be straight in on the 2 ball. I want to make the 1, get an angle on the 2, well, about like what he's got now, and play.
Come straight across.
Come straight across, exactly.
Shane had a pretty good break going, and it looked like a kick in the corner.
Yeah, he's gotten a few nasty kisses on the break.
All in all, with I think the total of 50 games in, I believe we only saw 2 rollouts.
Yeah, that's right.
That says a lot about the offensive game.
Well, this is just as good. He went above it.
Yep.
Yeah, it says that the break has been superior.
Yep.
Because my break was never that good. And anyway, there's been times where I didn't get a shot on the 1 for, well, not 40 games, but 15 or 20 games.
Looks like he got there.
Yeah, he's in pretty good shape here. I like playing position for the side pocket on this one rather than the corner.
Straight back up table.
Well, he's not going to do that. Well, given the lie of the 6 ball, this might be the best shot. The 6 is a little rough.
Play the safe on the 6.
No, he's going to either break it out or it doesn't really go anywhere, though. He got an angle where he might be able to go right up close to it and then make a decision based on exactly how he ends up.
I believe he's got room to play on the side. No, he doesn't. He's cooking himself.
But that's what you cannot do against the likes of a Shane Van Boeing. You cannot make unforced errors.
No, absolutely not, because he will make you pay for it.
Exactly. Probably what he should have done there, not to second guess him, but if he makes sure he can at least hit the 6 ball, then if he has no shot, he can play a good common sense safety.
Absolutely. Play the 6 down through the 8, leave the 2 ball in the back of the 8, and distance the 6.
All right, now this shot here, I like. No, 2 rails. You hit just before the side is the best way to do it. That's assuming he can shoot between the 7 and the 9. I'm not sure. It looks from here like he can. A lot of good things can happen if he hits the outside of the 6 ball by going 2 rails in that fashion. Yeah, that's what he's looking at.
Looking at the 2 rails.
Well, this shot, when a ball lays like the 6 ball does, it's too easy to hit the point of the side pocket or have the cue ball slip between the 6 and the rail. Nice medium speed. Oh, he hit the point.
Yeah, you pointed that out, Grady, perfectly. He come out and it's easy to hit the point, and that's what he did. Giving Shane ball in hand, and if the 6 goes in the side, I would have to say he's probably the odds-on favorite to get out of this rack.
Oh, sure. Well, when I teach people a lot of times, I tell them, if you play this game correctly, it's supposed to look easy. If it doesn't look easy, you're not playing it right. And Shane has been making it look easy. Now, in my opinion, when you come back and resume a match of this length, the first game is critical. There's a big difference between 29-22 and 28-23.
Absolutely.
So I think Corey needed to maybe take a little extra time and, make sure he got out.
And the break, when they actually took the break, it was a momentum swing because Shane had just won the last game and got him back to the table, and then they have to go to break.
Right.
Then he comes up and he fires one in, and it gets a kick in the corner.
Well, I'm very impressed with Shane. He a lot of wisdom beyond his years.
Yeah. The number of years he's put in and the amount of time he puts in per day on his game it's evident. I mean, nobody works on their game harder than Shane right now. I know that because I've seen him down there for hours and hours on end.
Well, I like the fact that he comes from South Dakota.
Yep.
I like people that come from small towns and might be considered underdogs and so on.
Well, I think when this match ensued, I think Shane was definitely the underdog, and he thanked last night. As a matter of fact, he thanked Corey for letting him try to prove himself. And it's Corey's says a lot for Corey. He's willing to take on everybody. I mean, Corey's a stone cold champion.
Well, you know what they say about pool, 90% of it is mental and the other 10% is in your head. My point being that if you're a young Shane and you think that you can play and play with the best players in the world, you can.
Absolutely, yep, absolutely. I believe that because he surely doesn't look like he's nervous or anything like that.
No, he's not. He's relaxed. And there's always been a correlation, too, between the sound of balls going in the pocket and players' ability to be great shot makers, and he's at least partially deaf, is he not?
Yep, yeah, he's 98% deaf.
Well, that's amazing to me.
Yep.
A guy that's one of the best bank pool players in the world, I asked him one day, I said, do you play any kind of systems? And he said, no, Grady, what I do is when I hit a bank shot, I try to achieve a certain sound, and when I get it, I know I made that bank.
Yep.
So I got to messing around with him, or with that, and he was right. So a lot of times now, if I hit a bank shot and I get a certain sound, I know I made it. Anyway, to play not being able to hear and reach the championship level is remarkable.
Well, he made a nice shot there.
That was beautiful, yeah.
Now, how do you play position on the 4 here, Grady? What would you do here?
Well, what I would do is make sure I didn't snooker myself. I'd make the 2-ball and come back up, just in the middle of the table. And then depending on, I play position for the side pocket, right, because that's the only place it'll go.
Yep.
But it goes in either side pocket. But I'd make sure I didn't snooker myself. That's number one goal.
Yep. I think if he can maintain this, make a good shot here, I think he's going to get on the 4 with the 3.
Well, it's tough to do that where he is here, especially if he nudges the 3 up a little bit. It's not so easy to get on like that. See?
Yep. Just like that.
Now, I might follow that out of there 2 rails and try to go up by the left-hand side pocket or draw it, either one. But the follow is better, I think.
I think Shane will probably draw it out of there. Get it back down to the bottom rail. See how he hits this, if it's a confident shot or not.
The problem is that the draw doesn't take it naturally where he wants to go.
He's certainly thinking about it. He's taking a chance and looking it over good.
Oh, he was straight in. I didn't realize he was straight in. I thought he had a little angle.
Got her to the bottom rail, got him back out. How'd he hit that shot?
That was a nice shot. Now the problem here is that to roll the ball, unless he hits the 5 ball with the cue ball, which I don't think it quite does, he's not going to have a shot on the 5.
I don't believe it'll pass in the corner by the 9, will it?
Doesn't look like it. Now he can draw the cue ball and he'll have a shot on the 5, but that makes the pocketing of the 4 and the side harder. If he hits this easy with the high ball,
into the
he
5.
might be able to move the 5.
Took
Right.
the 5 up table. Sure enough. Oh, when he pointed the pocket.
It
He
didn't
got
lay
lucky.
right.
He missed lucky.
This doesn't lie right for a one-rail kick shot. He's got to go
Come off the bottom, yep.
Yeah, I love those shots. But
Being a one pocket player, I'm sure
But
you do.
you have to at least be able
Yep.
to hit the end rail in the right spot, which he cannot.
I'm very impressed with Corey's kicking ability. He's had some dandies tonight, 3 rails and skimming the side of those balls. He really kicks well.
Shane's made some nice kick shots too. He's going to go one rail.
One rail and separate. Moved one. Got it. Got it.
But now he's got a nice angle to play the 4 ball in the lower right-hand corner pocket and play position on the 5. The cue ball goes to the side rail and back.
Yep.
All he has to do is make this, and he'll have a nice shot.
Would be the odds-on favorite to get out of 3 pockets of the 4 here. There it went. Pretty textbook from here on out, I'd say.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get straight in on the 8, but even that's not the end of the world. This is fine here.
I tell you what, this diamond table sure plays really nice. Balls are rolling good.
Yeah, they have the best pool equipment in the world, I think, and so do many professionals.
I would agree. I mean, the tables are just the quality and everything, the construction and the leveling and the consistency of their tables are unmatched, I think. He might have hit this one a little hard.
Yeah. Now here, what you really have to be careful of, you could scratch across the corner on
Yep.
the new cloth. It's possible.
Could get away from him.
He's all right.
Good
All
shot.
right.
Good shot.
6-game lead for Shane, 29-23.
I like the way the situation's out, the 1 ball up top, 2 and 3 in the corners, the 10 in the middle on there. It's a pretty favorable rule. It takes the back corners out of play for the 10 ball, and there hasn't been any 10 ball breaks yet.
No, I point out to people sometimes that the pros make the 9 ball on the break about 1 out of 30. But you'll make the 10 ball more than that on most tables, but it hasn't gone, hasn't gone at all.
I'm amazed at how well both these players have picked up the break, and they're almost playing position on the one. And about the time we say that, look what happens. Yeah, but they're both playing the 1 ball down in this corner quite a bit off the break.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm not surprised. The only thing I'm surprised is that the high percentage of them being able to do that.
Corey, we were talking to Corey a little bit last night, and he actually referred to the break as I perfected the shot and the soft break, and it's the shot. I mean, it really is. It's the most important shot in pool is the break.
Sure. The way I like to play this is you play the 1 in the other pocket, and you stay below it and go to the side rail and up. This is all right here, except that he's not going towards the 2 ball.
Yep. hits the 6, ties
Well,
up the 3.
If you go to a rail, one or more rails, you'd like to have your cue ball when it contacts the last rail to be going towards the ball that you're playing position on, and he didn't do that there. It's the first time I've seen him cut across the position line. There's another way you put it, and it got him in trouble.
Yep. Push the 6 up on the 3, forces him to take the shape on the 3 to be much more accurate. This missed the 2 and got lucky again. I think that might have done it if he'd have made the 2, but he didn't. Corey gets the kick shot here.
Yeah, he can twirl it and hit the 2 ball, but that's not. I think the kick shot's better advised. I like drawing it like he's doing, giving it a pretty good smack.
Yep. Ended up, looks like it's all right. Now, how do you play this shot
All right,
greater than
I'll
the
tell
safe?
you what you do with this. He's already executed this shot once. You thin the 2 ball to the left. You cut it to the left, and you try to knock it up on this left-hand side rail, and you put the cue ball down behind these balls.
Behind the 6 and the 3?
Yeah. Now he's going to cut it the other way, which is okay, too. You put it behind the 4 and 7. Oh, that's even better.
Wow. He hit that with some touch.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. Well, I saw 3 reasonable ways to play that.
Yep. That distance there is a great equalizer. It'll really helps.
And here's critical. Well, it is on all kick shots. You want to make you want to hit this though, because
Really
if you
got
give
long
him
way.
ball in hand, he's probably run out.
Yep.
Although the 3's hard to get on.
Yep.
But if you hit it, pretty good chance he won't get out. Look at this.
Like Corey got missed good there.
Well, when a guy makes a good hit on a ball, I don't think it's lucky if
No.
he gets a safety.
No, because he was trying to hit the ball.
A certain percentage of the time, you're just going to do that.
Yep.
And these guys are really turning in the nice safety plays.
Good friend of mine said the good players get the good rolls.
Oh, isn't that the truth? I think you might be able to hit the right side of this.
Hit it?
Look, yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah, maybe put him behind the 10.
Oh, wow.
Well, he didn't mean to hit it that fat.
Yeah, he did. Corey, does this ball pass into the corner?
Yeah, but what are you looking at? What I would do here is he doesn't have a real good angle to pull the cue ball back up for position on the 3.
Break the plane of the side.
Well,
pocket.
I'd make sure I could hit the 3, and
Yep, just like
this
that.
is fine. This is a good shot. And if something happened, he couldn't hit it. He could play that 3-rail safety
Safe,
like
yep.
Shane played on him
Stick
earlier
him
on the
back
5
of
ball.
6, yep. I'd say without any major hiccups in the road, we're looking at 24-29.
Well, I don't know. This is not so easy here. If he's exactly straight in, this doesn't follow so easy. You'll have to draw it. No, all right, he can draw. He's going to cheat the pocket a little bit and come back between the 6 and 8
Back
like
over
that.
the top of the side.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Yep. Good speed shot. Got right where he needed to be. Force that one in.
Yeah, this is. He had a shot like this earlier, and he kind of messed it up. The new cloth makes this kind of float or lag along if you're not careful with the high ball. So you see, this is. If I were behind playing a great player like Shane, I want a little better shot on the 8 ball than this. Now, admittedly, he'll probably make it, but he doesn't have to.
Just float it over to the side rail, the second diamond.
Yeah. Yeah, he's fine.
Yep.
All right. He just seemed to make it a little harder than he had to. And our score is going to be 29-24. Shane's still in the lead.
Corey's closing the gap. Billy's going to come back in here. It's been a pleasure working with you, Grady.
Oh, it's
Filling the time, and we'll probably talk to you in a little bit.
All right, the pleasure's all mine.
Once again, folks, we'd like to take the time to thank PlayBCA.com for bringing these two great, tremendous commentators. The World Championship of Commentating was won by Grady and Billy, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, thank you, my friend. It's nice of you to say. I want to thank Mark Griffin again, too. He's a guy that has stood behind pools solidly. I mean, he and Greg turn out the best pool equipment in the world, and they support pool at every level. Go out and join the BCA League if you don't believe me. It's the most fun you can have. He just continues to make the 9 in the side.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't tell from here if he can see enough of that one ball to make it. What do you think?
Well, the way he's addressing the table, it looks like he can.
Okay.
The problem with this is look at the position of the 2. He's really going to have to hit this good. He figures to overcut this ball because it seems to be. Well, no, he didn't. He hit it well, and he's played pretty good position.
That was a nice stroke, wasn't it?
Yeah. How many games have they played? What was it? It was 50 games. They played 3 games since then, huh?
Right.
And I guess Shane has won 2 out of the 3 games.
I kind of like going 2 rails here, not 1. Right. And the 1 you can get in trouble. It's just like that.
It doesn't look like he can hit the 2 straight on, but of course he has a real first shot.
Yeah, I play a mirror system for this to make this a pretty easy shot. Or he's been twisting balls pretty well this evening, hasn't he?
Well, he's been doing everything pretty well, so
Yeah.
I don't see
This is the
him
right
not
way.
doing well here.
It's the right way to do it right here. Nice shot. Now he body English that cue ball out of there. Now Siegel used to do that.
I don't know if he can hit enough of the ball to pocket it in the upper corner
Well,
pocket.
if he cannot,